Hello, friends from the comic book and manga world. My name is G, and I'm here to talk about the October 30th, 2023. Not 2024 yet. I'm like jumping ahead. The 2023 FOC picks for, again, the 30th. And if you didn't know, I work for Penguin Random House, so the titles that you'll see today are those that we can sell into the market around the world. And yes, so for these videos, I typically would go over my pick and we'll end with some sort of announcements. Aside from the YouTube channel here, we are also on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Yeah, I think that's it for now that I'm thinking of. Anyway, I'll link our social media direct links below so you can easily access them. So definitely comment either below for this video or, check us out there because we'll post some updates on announcements and titles and so forth. So I'll go ahead and get started with my picks for this week. And first off, we have manga title that I'm excited for. This is My Lovesick Life as a 90s Otaku Volume 1. Ah, how relevant this is to me. So in this, basically, it's very relevant for us right now because otaku culture is finally have become mainstream to us now. But and the main character here, Megumi, feels that as well, but can't get used to it. So it's can't get used to that fact. And Megumi is divorced with a teenage daughter, and thinks fondly back on her days as an otaku, right? Getting into anime and back like in the 90s, back in 1995. And that was the year where she transferred to a new school and decided to like have a fresh start by hiding her like nerdy otaku interests so that like she doesn't get like called out for it. So she tries to like put that aside. And while she was going back then, while in school, she was sort of like taken under the wing of this basketball player, an ace basketball player whose name is Masumi, Masamune. I think that's right. I could be wrong about the pronunciation. Um, and Masamune has just a very kind heart and who reminds her of one of her favorite characters, which I don't know if you do that, but sometimes like when you're reading these when you like delve into the fandom culture, sometimes you compare people with fictional characters. That happens, right? And Megumi, the main character, catches there's something about this situation where she like she gets connected with this friend uh who like turns out hates and detests otakus, which she's like, well, that's kind of unfortunate because I'm a hidden otaku myself. And so that's the story that you get here. This is definitely for people who like it really definitely brings on the nostalgia when reading this. This is perfect for fans of Wotakoi. Love is Hard for Otaku, for instance. And so if you're into that, this is definitely another one that you should check out. So this is one of my picks for this FOC. Now I'm actually going to get into my cover picks for this week. And first off, I have a wraparound. This is Giant Robot Hellboy, issue number 2. We have the Jeff Darrow cover, and Jeff Darrow, famously known for the Shaolin Cowboys title. And in likeness, his art, this is very much his style, which is what I love because of how detailed it is. You have Hellboy robotic counterparts battling on the cover art here, which is great, battling like large giant monsters. This is awesome. This story this came out of like the viral sensation of Mike Mignolia's quarantine sketchbooks. And because of that going viral with his pencil drawings, it inspired this like 3-part miniseries that you'll see here. And so highly recommend checking this one out. Beautiful cover, as I mentioned. Next up, I chose the X-Men issue number 29. This is the Russell Dodderman. These are the ski chalet variants. We have the trims, like the cover with the trim, but also a Virgin variant, which is a 1 in 50. This is not the only like ski chalet variant covers that we like. We do have the variant program here, or Marvel has a variant program for these on select titles. I'll link an article below so that you can keep track of which titles will have these variant covers. So specifically what this does, it uses like winter apparel designs, winter activities of like favorite characters, Storm in this case, sipping, like enjoying the cool frigid air, sipping on some hot beverage, just like taking in the scenery, right? Which I think is a beautiful cover here. So I'll post a link so that you can keep track of what other covers you could potentially get with this variant cover program. And then next, Dark Spaces Dungeon issue number 2. So Dark Spaces, we have Scott Snyder and Hayden Sherman coming back in this next installment. So previously to this was Dark Spaces Wildfire. Now we have Dark Spaces Dungeon in this anthology series, which is really cool. I did pick issue number 1 at some point as one of my favorite cover picks because I like the the dichotomy of like quiet, serene rural life where you think life is unassuming, that nothing bad is going to happen, and you have covers that display that, but also has a darkness underneath, and you have like this seemingly innocent child with like a cute but also creepy doll that the child is carrying. And then we have Dustin Nguyen, who is on cover art for this, which I think is pretty cool. So we have the variant B with the trim, and then we have the 1 in 75 ratio variant, the Virgin variant on the side there on this slide. Really cool premise as well. If you didn't know, like going back to that, it's essentially a family moves from New York City to upstate New York and dreams of this quiet life. Father discovers a dungeon with like underneath like a landfill filled with like torture devices, weapons. And he's like, what's this? But then finds a note or like a threatening message on a wall that says, tell no one. He's like, well, that's kind of strange. And paranoia seeps in to the father, realizes that this could be not good of a situation in his new hometown, and the story unravels from there. So really cool premise. So if you haven't picked it up, definitely pick it up. And you already saw this. I already flipped through. This is the announcement. Been waiting. This is great. So the Untamed, the official art book coming out of Seven Seas. So if you didn't know, the Untamed, actually this one, before I get into that, this is going to be a hardcover definitive guide for fans. And again, if you didn't know, the Untamed is the live action adaptation of MXTX's like best-selling novel series, The Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. It's the live action drama. I gotta say, it's on Netflix, available to watch, and it introduced a lot of English speaking audiences to the series because of going on streaming on Netflix. Basically, when this initially came out, rapid fire so much popularity, it to the point where it's like over 9 billion views for the drama alone. It was insane the amount of attention this got. So the fact that now that Seven Seas is coming out with the official art book that is coming, this is something that you definitely don't want to miss out on next year. This will include, again, it's a full color hardcover, an art and text guides. It'll include like shots from the show, character features. It explores in detail like the fashion and the settings, illustrations, gorgeous illustrations throughout. Concept art would be in here as well, song lyrics, and etc. So this is like a gem for fans of the Untamed, fans of Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. Clearly, I am a fan. I don't know if you can see, if you recognize what those Nendoroid boxes are. Anyway, so I'm super excited for this. This will have world rights on this, which is fantastic. So this is something that you definitely don't want to miss out on. And this was just announced recently, and so definitely pick up on this. You'll see that it'll gain have already gained traction online with this announcement. So that's a big announcement for this week, and I'll conclude with that. As always, I love doing these every week. Comment down below on what you're picking up for this FOC. And again, check out our social media links below, and yeah, get our updates. You can communicate with us through those outlets as well, and come back next week. So that's it for today. Bye, everyone.